So in my history of being able to be given the chance of using a couple of different phones from the last several years, I've actually kept coming back to a set of group of phones, iPhones and Androids, that I just keep thinking to myself that there will never be like another year of these phones, probably ever again. Now the first group of phones that I actually thought of was the 2017 devices, the iPhone X, the Samsung Galaxy S8, the Galaxy Note 8, those types of phones. Those were out of this world. The iPhone X brought so much to the table, the Galaxy S8 brought so much to the table, but I beat those things so much, like I've already talked about those things so much. But then I remember the 2019 phones, and I thought to myself, there's probably not going to be another year where these devices have this big of an impact probably ever again. I wouldn't say they're as big as the 2017 models, but they're almost as big. I mean, we have the iPhone 11 Pro that came out that year, and that phone in and of itself was one of my most favorite iPhones of all times. This thing brought that triple camera setup to our iPhone lineup. It also ended up bringing a frosted glass back to our iPhones, and I ended up getting some of the best battery life from that specific iPhone over any iPhone in general. And you could even argue the iPhone 11 in this specific case as well. The whole entire iPhone 11 series was pretty much like a knockout. I mean, these were some of the best phones Apple has ever made, and they actually ended up decreasing the price of the iPhone 11 from the iPhone XR. That was one of the only times Apple has ever done that, and they haven't done that since then, but that was a very solid phone Apple made. The other one that came out early 2019 was the Samsung Galaxy S10. This whole entire phone, and I think you all remember the Galaxy S10, it was one of the best phones, Samsung has ever made. I still look at that device today, and I'm just shocked about how good of a job, Samsung did during that time. Now, first of all, this phone had that, triple camera setup on the back. It also ended up having a, micro SD card slot, a headphone jack as well. It had so much capability, so much more than a lot of other phones before that. So that was another device that when I look back, it's just crazy because there's probably never going to be a phone like this, maybe even ever again. When we look back at these types of devices, we're going to think to ourselves, wow, Samsung just knocked it out of the park, and they've done a really good job since then, but both Apple and Samsung just kind of knocked it out of the park there. But then we have the OnePlus 7 Pro. That phone also came out in 2019, and that was just another knockout. I mean, that phone was just so good, and I think OnePlus did such a great job, and that was honestly one of the last great phones OnePlus made, because ever since then they've kind of dropped the ball, to be honest. But those are a few different phones that I think, just when I look back at 2019, there's probably never going to be another set of devices that pretty much do as good of a job as these specific phones did back then. So in terms of that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.